Hello and welcome to the Niler 9 podcast. It is a roasting hot day where we are, and myself and Andrea are going to take that as a cue for this week's episode. We are going to talk about all things hot. We're going to talk about the song of the summer. This week, it's all about the platters that matter in the summer at the moment. And it's kind of a good time to do it. Towards the end of June, we're like, okay, we know now what is going to be the song of the summer contenders, even though there's still plenty of summer to go. And Andrea, one of the reasons why we know that is because we've discussed this before. There are rules to the song of the summer, right? We know that there's established rules.
Yeah, totally. And everybody's rules will be a little bit different. Everybody will have different criteria, but there are some sort of accepted general rules for the song of the summer.
I think so. So one of the things that is very important, I think, and that's why we can talk about this now, is that the song has to be released by April, May the latest. So it kind of has to be out by now for a song to permeate into the public consciousness to the point where everyone gets to know it. Even now with TikTok and everything and like songs blowing up very quickly, to have that staying power, a song needs to debut before the summer. Really, April ideally, May if you can manage it, and sometimes earlier. Some songs are earlier as well. So that is one of the central tenets. I think I take my cue from the journalist Mark Savage, who wrote an article for the BBC called "The Secrets of a Hit Summer Song," and he has a number of rules in it. It should be released before summer is one of them. The other ones are it has to be simple. So think Saturday Night by Whigfield. That somebody might create a dance to, back in those days, a viral dance was just a thing that people saw on dance floors. Now it's things that happen on TikTok, so it spreads much more easily.
Or in playgrounds. Okay, in my case,
exactly.
Very, very important part of my growth as a young one was being taught and then teaching dances in playgrounds in school.
That's true. Well, another rule is it should make you feel like you're on holiday. So think Wham! Club Tropicana. Fun and sunshine, there's enough for everyone. Whoa, that's what singing. Rihanna, Pon De Replay, maybe. There are two examples. Like, they should make you feel like you're in a sunny spot, a sunny climb. Ideally. Now, other people might argue with that, but I think most of the songs of the summer will have that kind of feeling. They certainly match. If you listen to it on holiday, you'll hear it in some shitty bar somewhere on your holidays.
I'd like to add to that. It's not a rule, but something that you might observe is a lot of references to food and drink in the song of the summer. It's not always, but if you listen, they are definitely there. Things that you are drinking or even like ordering something at a bar, but food and drink is a big part of your summer holiday. It's like the older you get, it's the most important part of summer holiday is where you're going to eat and what nice cocktails you're going to go for. And I do think that there is a lot of food and drink in songs of the summer, and we'll see that.
And it has to be simple enough that it isn't grating. Like, it isn't like Eiffel 65 Blue grating. It has to be a song that people can sing along to, that makes them usually feel good. Like, I mean, there's novelty is also a bit of a factor. And now, so one example of novelty is, say, Macarena, right? Like, everyone knows that song. Again, another song
which is also a good song.
Do you know what it is? It really is.
It is a good song. It's a good melody. It is upbeat. You can dance to it.
Yeah.
Me too.
I played it on the Lumo Summer Party boat 2 years ago. It was great crack. But like the word novelty is not a dirty word. Sometimes that means uniqueness. So say Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, for example, that's mingling hip hop with country in a time when people don't do that and becoming a big hit. That can be an example of a novelty factor in all that kind of stuff. And some
Can I suggest for this as well, the novelty factor, one of, I think, my favorite songs of the summer, the Thong Song by Cisco. I like it when the beat goes. Baby, make your booty go. Has like the great novelty factor of being about a thong before anyone was talking about those things, and also a great and beautiful song as well at the same time. So it's got the novelty of people talking about it, maybe a little bit of controversy around it, like a little bit of like, oh, it's a little bit scandalous, it's a little bit sexual. A little bit of controversy around a song of the summer doesn't go amiss either.
Like, I feel like the ideal song of the summer is you're feeling a little bit like you've had a couple of drinks, it's sunny, and you're standing near a beach or a bar, and the song comes on, and that's when it hits. And that's so important. You are precisely 2 drinks in. Exactly. Yeah.
You are not any more in than that. The sun is setting. It is not dark. It is not bright. The sun is setting. Like it is a vibe. The song of the summer is a vibe. And even if you hear that song 8:15 on your Lewis on the way to work, the vibe is that you are on a beach, the sun is setting, you are 2 drinks in, and the world is open to you. Anything can happen.
Now, a lot of what we talked about is quite, it's a feeling. Those are feelings sometimes, but like there has been some more scientific attempts to identify what makes a song of the summer. In 2020, SonarWorks did the Secrets of the Hit Songs of the Summer study. And what that essentially does, you may have seen some of the metadata that the likes of Spotify and streaming services use to identify what songs are like. So like terms like valence and energy, kind of vague terminology, but like at this point quite established. So that's one thing that people have used to, and this study uses to identify things. But ultimately, there's no conclusive evidence from a scientific attempt, because there can't be, because a song of the summer is also about the sentiment and the lyrics and how it makes you feel, and like that's not easily quantifiable. Even that study ends with, well, if you want to write a hit song, stay away from live band productions and acousticness. And this is 2020, and lean towards high energy, up tempo, happy songs. And I think that's generally a good rule. Well, for today, that is. Tomorrow will surely be different. Watch the news and follow the culture. Pop music closely reflects the zeitgeist of a period of time. If you're a music fan rather than creator, rest assured music will always be changing and evolving. So yeah, look, that's the thing. That's the magic of a song of the summer. It's capturing that zeitgeist. It's so important. But it's so hard to do. It's like writing a good Christmas song. It's really hard to do.
I was just about to say, I think summer songs and Christmas songs are 2 sides of the same coin. Like nobody would ever hear River by Joni Mitchell and like first time hearing it and think, yeah, this is a Christmas song in the same way that Wham's Last Christmas is a Christmas song. They're completely different vibes, but the vibe of Christmas is imbued in both of them. And I think you can see that with a lot of the songs we're going to talk about today, about 2024 songs of the summer. Vibe wise, they are quite diverse, but they all have summer imbued in them. So it's vibe based. I don't even think you can be like that musicological about it. Like there's no like set tempo necessarily. There's no set key. There's no progression that will like mean you will stumble upon a song of the summer.
And that's what keeps it interesting, because the song of the summer is a nebulous accolade. And so with that in mind, we're going to run down some of the songs that are in contention and maybe some that are in the periphery of the song of the summer, just to give you an idea of what's in the discourse this year. I'm going to start with a song that I was told about by DJ Graham Dolan at our Indie Sleaze night recently. He was telling me about, enthusing about this song. I was like, no, I haven't heard that. And I hadn't heard this song at the time. Well, my God, do I love it now. It is by Tommy Richmond, and it's called $1 Million Baby. Now, this is a song that's really taken off. And I think it seems to be like a real genuine, like, it's got a genuine popularity. I think it does have, there's some TikTok element to it, like most of these songs probably will, to get into the pop culture discourse these days. But
so I think I haven't heard this, but there's every chance I actually have.
I'm sure you have.
TikTok,
I'm sure you have. So let's listen to $1 Million Baby by Tommy Richmond. Okay, that's Million Dollar Baby. That song is basically all about the chorus. It's all about that falsetto, and that is the earworm part of the track. It's certainly got a bit of G-funk vibe going on there in the production. Maybe a surprising one as well to have hit. It is, do we know much about him? He's originally from Virginia. This is a breakthrough song for him. He's signed to a label called ISO Supremacy, who people might know associated with the rapper and singer Brent Faze. So he opened for Brent Faze on tour. And so it's very much a US kind of side pick, but it's really translated, and actually it's doing really well over here in terms of every now and again you dip into the, Spotify, the viral 50 and stuff like that, and you can see that this song is in there and like it's doing really well. So yeah, I love it. I actually think that chorus keeps bringing me back. It reminds me of the G-funk era. It reminds me of like LA funk kind of music. So yeah, I think it's great. I've played this a lot this year. So.
As a song of the summer, how do you feel about it?
It's probably... I think it's a bit too...
some of the novelty.
Yeah, there's no novelty. It's just a great song that happens to arrive at the summer and has gone a bit viral. So it probably doesn't fulfill the brief this year.
Because I think with our next song that we're going to talk about, which is Chapel Rowan's Good Luck Babe, which also uses a falsetto in the chorus. I think there's a way to use a falsetto that kind of hints more towards virality that she is doing that maybe he is not doing. So let's listen to Chapel Rowan, Good Luck Babe.
It's fine, it's cool. You can say that we ain't nothing, but you know the truth. And guess I'm the fool with their arms out like an angel through the gosh unreal. I don't wanna call it off, but you don't wanna call it love. You only wanna be the one that I call baby. Cause I'm big boys and boys, shoot another shot to stop the feeling. You can say it just the way you are. Make a new excuse, the stupid reason. Good luck, well, good luck, yeah. To stop the world, just to stop the feeling. Good luck, well, good luck, yeah. To stop the world, just to stop the feeling.
So I have a lot of feelings about this song generally, but I have feelings about it as a song of the summer. For what it's worth, for anybody keeping track, we're halfway through the year. This is still my song of the year. So let's see how we're doing in 6 months' time. I think something that is important in a song of the summer is the ability to reach a broad audience. And I think that an element of nostalgia in the song will help that to happen. So I think there's a lot of elements of nostalgia in this song. You've got the kind of like 80s synth. You've got the vocals in the chorus sounding quite Kate Bush. It's a song that will appeal to a vast kind of array of ages because it is familiar to people who maybe were listening to pop music in the 80s or people who are interested in that, but it's also very appealing to people who are young now. And the other thing, which is, I think, an important and maybe new element of the song of the summer, I mean, what happens during the summer, during the height of summer? Pride Month. Pride Month happens. So the song of pride and the song of the summer kind of become like those two conversations do start to, fold into each other. Now, I'm not saying that this is the song of pride. I think that belongs to Miss XEX. But I do think that getting a queer fan base behind your song for pride is a good way to guarantee that you are in the running for Song of the Summer. And Chapel Rowan is obviously a lesbian artist. This song is very much about same-sex relationships, and so I think that there is a little bit of that element as well, that like we do also have to think about what is the pride song of the summer, which is interesting. And the other thing I feel about this song is that I think the song of the summer should make you think about the summer when it is no longer the summer. So it should have a little bit of like yearning and longing in it. It should be tinged very, very slightly.
Actually. Melancholy.
Yeah, it should be like with with a very, very, very light little dropper, just a touch of melancholy, a touch of longing. You know, like the Boys of Summer is a very melancholic song, but it is also like a summer hit. And this has that. It has that touch of melancholy. If you weren't listening to the lyrics, you would still get a sense that this is a song about longing, but you mightn't necessarily get a sense that it is, you know, as sort of devastating as it actually is. But this song definitely has that. So when it's winter and this song comes on your Spotify, you know, best of the year, not only will it remind you of the summer, but it will remind you of the summer while enveloping you in a song that sounds like it is about longing and nostalgia. And even within the song itself, it's, you know, the middle eight kind of breakdown bit is about looking back, you know, and being nostalgic when you wake up next to him in the middle of the night, blah, blah, blah. There's like nostalgia is kind of built into the song. So I think this is a really, really, really good, it's set up very well to be a song of the summer. I think it's been usurped. Maybe it was released that little bit too early. I think this was April
5th.
It might have actually been, yeah.
So tell me about this song. Was this song like released last year or something? Or am I just confusing with another one of her songs?
No, so
It's a
her
brand new
album
song.
was released last year.
So that's why. So it's not
and
from the
this
album.
song was released this year.
So
It's not from the album. So this didn't seem like it was going to be the thing that broke her through. But the other thing, I suppose, and then we will move on because like I could talk about her all day, but you know, there is also the story of Chapel Rowan, like people who are following her career right now and the sort of the amount that she has blown up. There is a story connected with that. And there's an element of like, oh my God, this song was the song that hit through. And then there's the fans already. It's like, we've loved her since the album. And it creates all of this conversation around her and around this song and about what she's going to do next. And all of this sort of like anticipation about what's coming next, which is also an element of the song of the summer.
Yay.
It should have anticipation in it. So like, it's like, how deep does this go? You know, it's all in there. It's all in there. And it's a beautiful song. You know, you can't, and you can dance to it. And okay, last point. I think the song of the summer, and I'm so sorry to the men, but I think the song of the summer is determined by what women dance to. What do the girls want to be dancing to? Because the men are not the first people on the dance floor. The men are not the first people who are getting the dancing going. It is the girls. It's the girlies who are the first on the dance floor. And if you can get them on the dance floor, you get everybody on the dance floor. So if you are appealing to, and this is a song that when I imagine a group of people listening to it in my head, it's a group of women screaming the lyrics in each other's faces in a nice way. So those are my...
I mean, that's an important distinction. That's
the case for the prosecution.
Yeah. When I Googled that song or Chapel Rowan, Google said, did you mean your favorite artist? And then when I Googled
I'm
your favorite
artist.
That's it. Yeah. It says Chapel Rowan. Okay.
Yeah. I'm your girl's dream girl.
She's been dressing up a lot
That's
on
her
tour
thing.
and stuff every night. I saw she dressed as Divine last week. So
yeah.
In
well, she is
moment.
a drag artist. She considers herself. She considers Chapel Rowan to be her drag persona.
That's right. Yeah. So she,
which I think was kind of lost on a lot of people because she's a cis woman. But no, she's a drag artist.
Yeah,
and she's fucking killing it. She's amazing.
Great.
The Statue of Liberty outfit was just incredible at the governor's ball. Anyway,
yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
let's move on.
Instagram, have a look. Our next song is quite similar in terms of its setup because it's a song that didn't feature on the album, but it was a song that went really popular as soon as it was released. It was actually released as an EP track, and also was released maybe just that little bit ahead of the sweet spot for Song of the Summer. It is the Forest King himself, Hosier, and the song Too Sweet.
Smelling like a bonfire, lost in the haze. If you're drunk on life, babe, I think it's great. But while in this world, I think I'll take my whiskey and leave. My coffee black and my bed at green. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I take my whiskey and leave.
Yeah, Hosier is too sweet. The first Irish artist in how many years? Since 1990. Sinead O'Connor in 1990 to have a US number one hit. That's too sweet. And yeah, as I said, a very surprising hit that song was. It wasn't featured on the album originally from last year from Unreal Unearthed. It was an expanded edition called Unheard, and this was a song that took off. Initially, fans flocked to it, and then it became, again, obviously, any song worth a salt seems to have a TikTok virality moment. And that's just the way songs get into the consciousness these days. But yeah, a huge achievement for Hosier, but probably just a little bit too soon in terms of summer contender. It was released on March 22nd. Sorry. So just before the April kind of sweet spot. Yeah. But it did go to US number one. So definitely it has been in contention a little bit.
And in terms of the song itself, I think it has a really important element of a song of the summer that hasn't actually come up yet, which is a kind of a participatory element. It's got hand claps in it, which kind of signals to you how to dance to it and what to do while you're listening to it. Like Hot to Go by Chapel Rowan has kind of a YMCA kind of thing where you spell out hot to go. But even YMCA, the Macarena, like all of these things signal to you in the song, like what to do. And I think hand claps and whistles are a really good way to kind of encourage participation in people, like when they're dancing or even if they're just at home, kind of jive into it. So,
well, let's watch out for more of that on the rest of the list, see if any of that comes up as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so the next song
Participation
is it feels like eons ago. Yeah, it feels like eons ago when we talked about this. This is the Kendrick Lamar song, Not Like Us, which came out of the Kendrick and Drake beef, which has gone quiet, thankfully. But it was probably the longest lasting thing that came out of it. Now, maybe the problem with this is it took off at the time, but I think it's probably Kendrick's biggest banger for a long time. And in terms of winning a beef, that's how you win a beef. You release a hit and people are like, oh yeah. That's how you do it. So
let's have a listen. He is actually really good.
Yeah. This is Kendrick, Not Like Us.
You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 that fuck him up. Wop, 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 I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah, probably the first song of the summer contender that has the word pedophile in it. So for that reason alone, probably doesn't fit the bill, right? I mean, it's just...
I don't know. I mean, it's got virality. It's got participation. That's the bit, like, it's the certified lover boy, certified pedophiles, the bit that everyone's going to shout. And then the A minor bit, like, it is...
I just can't hear. I can't hear this being played in a nightclub in Roscommon. You know, if there's any nightclubs in Roscommon left, I don't
Maybe
think
not Roscommon, but I don't think so. I mean, I'm going on a hen weekend. Actually, that's I'm going on a hen weekend after in two weekends time, and I will come back and report what songs I hear in the nightclub. What current songs I hear in the nightclub, because I think that will be the true test. And the hen is in Kilkenny. Right. So that'll be the true test of what the song of the summer is. But I don't expect to hear Not Like Us.
Yeah, I didn't include it here, but I think it won't really, it's not a song of the summer contender, but it seems to be doing well for Eminem, that new Eminem song, Houdini. It's basically like his old stuff. I wonder if you'll hear that there. Because the last time I was on a stag, I remember... Or one of the last times I was on a stag, I remember hearing Eminem. My name is that. I was like, what? No, you don't hear this.
My name
maybe
is
somebody
great
asked
song.
for it, actually. That's what happened. But yeah, you can ask for songs in nightclubs still sometimes.
Oh, I will. I will. Absolutely will.
Okay, next song is actually underscores its own point because it's a Jamie XX song. In terms of, I was trying to think of, is there a dance tune that's kind of like the Song of the Summer vibe? Last year was Peggy Goo, Nah Nah Nah. This one with Honey Dijon and Jamie XX, Baddie on the Floor, has some elements of Song of the Summer, certainly at festivals. So let's have a quick listen.
Until the drop stops.
So that's Body on the Floor by Jamie XX. The problem with this song, well, the perfect thing about this song is that it was released in April. So sweet spot, April 15th. I was like, perfect, great time. But Jamie XX has kind of done a Sinn Féin on it because he's released another song. He's ran too many candidates and he split the vote. So last week he released a song with Robin called Life, which is even more of a fun banger. And this is what this sounds like.
You're giving me life. Shitty, gritty, wow. You're giving me life. You're giving me life. Let's fuck it up till night. You're giving me life. Doing that minute, hit it, flip back, giving me life. Get it, make 'em gag. You're giving me life, life, life. You're giving me life. You're giving me life. You're giving me life. You're giving me life, life, life.
Okay, yeah, so he's kind of split the vote there because, I mean, that's two hands in the air bangers in a row that he's released. So probably, you know, I'll hear that at festivals maybe this summer, and I'm going to drop down to Beyond the Pale this weekend. So I'm interested to see if I hear anything like that as well. That's my research for the festival as well. Another song which is in the mix, but probably more of an American and choice, and probably is it's specifically American mostly, but it seems to be doing well here as well. So it's from Shabuzi, who you might know as featuring on Cowboy Carter, Beyonce song Sweet Honey Buckin'. Shabuzi's song A Bar Song, Tipsy, matches the vibe of what we're talking about. Food and drink, specifically drinking, feeling tipsy, 2 drinks in. It's inspired by Jaquan's song Tipsy, which was produced by Pharrell as well. You remember that? That was, I think it was 2004.
Oh, do I remember it?
Well, let's play that for a second, just so you remember.
I had to ask my mom what the word tipsy meant when that song came out.
She ain't having fun. Bitch, give it back now. You don't get none. Everybody in this bitch get tipsy. Yes, bitch. Everybody in this bitch get tipsy.
I didn't know there
Were
was
those the lyrics?
Yeah, apparently so. That's the club mix.
Oh my god! This is like the first time I heard the like explicit version of "Let's Get It Started" by the Black Eyed Peas, and I was like, "What? Let's get what?"
No.
Oh my god!
No.
For me, it was everybody in the club.
It is
the
everybody
club.
in the
They
club.
were getting tips.
Don't mind that. That's just
Oh
a figment
God.
of your imagination. You didn't hear that. Yeah. We don't need that, lads. Come on. They don't even have the...
No.
It's the original version
In
there.
this
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
bitch.
The radio mix. Let's do it again here. Rewind.
Yeah, the radio mix.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Yes.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Yeah, that's the
There
radio
we
mix, not the club mix. Club mix, we can handle the word, bitch. So there you go. So that song is kind of interpolated and maybe inspires for this song, A Bar Song by Shabuzi. Here we go. This is Shabuzi and A Bar Song.
Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Daniels got a hit.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that.
I went
hate
through
it.
a range of emotions there because at first I was like, I hate this. And then there was a moment where I was like, wait, is this good? And then I was like, no, I was right the first time. I hate this.
Yeah,
but there's still a little bit of me that's like, if I heard that enough times, would I sing
If you
along?
heard that when you were Gypsy, this on the hen, you would be like,
I'd be fighting
yeah,
people.
I love this song. I know it'll happen. Yeah. I mean, I hate it, but I can see
it's possible.
this is like, it's either like eerie empty dance floor in a rural nightclub or line dancing hit. This is what this song is to me. But yeah, look, it's in the mix. It's been mentioned as the song of the summer contender. So, but yeah, it's in there. It's in there somewhere.
Look, they're not all good.
No, they're not all good. Like, I mean, some of them sound like Ed Sheeran doing country, and that's bad. That's bad. Our next song is a contender only mainly because of the vocal or the lyric, but we have a song later on which has a lyric as that is kind of zeitgeisty as this is. This is Tinashe, and the song is called Nasty.
Nasty girl, nasty, up in a nasty girl, nasty, up in a nasty, nasty, nasty. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, they say I'm an athlete. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Need somebody with a good technique. Is somebody gonna match my nasty? Pillow talking got my throat raspy. If you keep up with me, I'll keep on coming.
So yeah, Tinashe's song Nasty took up or went viral because released in 12th of April, so really good time to be released. But it's probably too chill for the actual Song of the Summer accolade to be a serious contender. But it's really all about that Match My Freak is the line that's been taken. Like Match My Freak
I
could be
the meme of it. Like,
well, that's what it's a meme.
Like,
it's become a meme now. It's a bit like last year the song or the word of the year was Riz. This year it could be like the phrase could be Match My Freak. You know what I mean? Like it's like the pop culture.
Like there's
meme.
videos of people being like, "Is somebody going to match my freak?" And it's just like someone sitting and like crocheting like a frog. Teddy or something, and that's the freak that you're matching. So I think that is very, very worthy contender because I do also think that like memes and virality is very important.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, this
TikTok
is another
era.
one, and it's took off on TikTok. TikTok user called Megan Bonnie May, who makes videos under the name Girl on Couch, shot a video of herself where she kind of said, "Did I just write the song of the summer?" And the joke was that the song is one she just made up on the spot. And what she essentially did was she started singing this.
6'5", blue eyes.
Yeah.
Finance. Trust fund.
You can see.
I can just do it. I mean.
Yeah.
Harry is absolutely sick of me singing this around
really?
the house.
I'm looking for a man in finance with trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for finance, trust fund. 6'5".
So yeah,
blue eyes,
you get the
finance,
vibe there.
Trust fund.
So that was, she
6'5",
did that
blue
on
eyes.
30th of April. And so, this is an example of a joke that turned into a song. But it's just her chanting that phrase over and over again. And so people were like, she was friends with a music lawyer, I think. And that's how this all worked out. So this song, it became basically a sample that was given to notable artists, or, well, when I say notable, I mean like major label DJs and producers. So this song is now currently trending. It's called Man in Finance, G6, like a G6, by Bill and Ted and Girl on Couch. And it sounds like this.
Yeah, I just left the date, and I don't know, am I asking for too much? Like, this guy was really cute, he was a musician, he was super passionate about what he did, but, I don't know, all I'm looking for...
a man in finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund. 6'5". I'm looking for a man in finance. 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 I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund. 6'5", blue eyes.
Yeah. So,
How do you feel about this?
No. I think a man that knows how to capture what we're all feeling and the mood of the day is David Guetta, who's also done a remix of this as well. So
This I don't like.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this one, so I'm not putting it on. Yeah, I mean, it's just a viral. It's just like, it's the vernacular, right? It's like, okay, this is something for TikTok now. You know what I mean? It's like, is it really a song or is it a meme? It's hard to know. How do you feel about it?
I will say, yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of strange about it. I sort of saw the meme, her video quite early. And something that I really liked that happened was that a lot of TikTok people with like, you know, very like low amounts of followers, you know, producers that have maybe like 2,000 followers or whatever would take the sample and do little remixes of it, and you'd see like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different interpolations of it.
Yeah, okay.
And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that it was like, yeah, I enjoyed that there was like all of these different, it was a kind of a, I think TikTok is at its best when it's kind of collaborative in that way, certainly in terms of music. And do I blame this girl for, you know, getting her bag and like, you know, like allowing the sample to be used by major labels or whatever? No, absolutely not. But I do think that there is maybe something lost in that. However, if on the hen party in 2 weeks I heard this, I would be having a really fun time on the dance floor to it. So like, I don't mind it. I just get annoyed when major labels get involved. However, I don't think it sucked the life out of it. And I don't think it sucked the humor out of it. I think it retains its humor and it retains its joke, certainly in the G6 kind of remix of it. So I think it's okay. It's towing a line.
Yeah.
But it's
I
okay.
mean, it has such a small sphere of influence in terms of what it is that it's never going to be anything bigger than what it is now, you know? So it's like, well, it's grand because it's not going to be, like songs like that have a moment and it's fine as long as they don't persist. They have an inbuilt shelf life, I would say. They don't really last.
And I think it's fun. Like, it's fine. It's the sort of thing of like, I just don't want to see anybody else try to replicate it. That's my worry.
Yeah,
I think on its own, it's fine, but I don't want to see it be like, you know, people trying to replicate it in the future.
Yeah, it was a bit like that sea shanty trend from a couple of years ago. You're like,
yeah,
all of a sudden it was everywhere, and you're like, no, this isn't the thing.
No.
But at least this is a very specific, you know, starting point. So you can't really do too much from that.
And I think it is funny, crucially.
Yeah.
It's probably the only funny song that we have actually on our list. So
yeah, probably. Okay. Our next one before we move on to some more bigger heavy hitters is another TikTok track. It is from Artemis. I Like the Way You Kiss Me.
Just want the taste, you're all you need. I'm on the case. You take the heat and with such grace. You say we don't, but he stays. Said you're scared, I'll let you down. But stick around and you'll find out. But don't you wanna make me proud? Cause I'm so proud, baby, I'm so proud of you. I like the way you kiss me. I can tell you miss me. I can tell it this. Not trying to be romantic.
So yeah, 630 million listens on Spotify that has had since March 19. And obviously it's a track that has taken off on TikTok as everything else has. But I think this seems to be one of those songs where it's a background video song, you know. Have you come across this one?
Yeah, I do. I have, absolutely. I don't think it's a song of the summer.
No.
I think it lacks too much. I think that this song could have hit through if it was released in November. It has a kind of a, like, I don't know if they're organs, but they're kind of like, it's like an organy sounding synth in it. It's got a kind of a darkness in the instrumentation.
Yeah, it's kind of that
and I don't think it is like, yeah. So while I think that the vocals in the chorus are definitely earwormy and definitely sing along, I don't think it is as kind of fizzy and bubbly as it would need to be a song of the summer.
It reminds me a little bit of maybe that, yeah, it seems to be a song that's in the culture at the moment, like a bit that
Yes.
Idris song, Jealous, which I see gets used on a lot of That's from 2019. Is that sounds kind of similar? It kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, a song
Yeah, it's
that's
kind of
just
dark, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's room for everything. Slowcore is massive on TikTok, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this song has hit through because it has millions of listens as well. So people like it as well as like using it. Has Billie Eilish split the vote like Sinn Féin? I'm not sure because I couldn't pick between these two songs, Lunch and Birds of a Feather. Let's listen to both of them.
He's coming up the stairs, so I'm pulling up a chair and I'm pulling up my hair. Baby, I think you were made for me. Somebody write down the recipe. Been trying hard not to overeat. You're just so sweet. I wanna shower for you like you want. Clothes on the counter for you, try it on. If I'm allowed, I'll help you take them off. I could eat that girl for lunch as she dances on my tongue. Tastes like she might be the one.
That's Lunch, and this is Birds of a Feather.
I said I'd never think I wasn't better alone. Can't change the weather, might not be forever, but if it's forever, it's even better. And I don't know what I'm crying for. I don't think I could love you more. It might not be long, but baby, I'll love you till the day that I die. Till the day that I die. Till the light leaves my eyes.
So, Andrea, you were talking about this song with us on a recent podcast about how it sounds a bit like Last Christmas, another song which is also a Christmas song, but apparently was a summer song originally. They just added the bells to it.
Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, I read that before somewhere, that it was called Last Summer originally. And I don't know how true it is, but
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
it's in there.
Well,
it's in
look,
there.
The formula's there. Yeah, I think Lunch had a really good sort of springboard for being Song of the Summer. It's earwormy, it's virally. It sounds enough like the sort of Billie Eilish hits that we've heard in the past that there's like a familiarity aspect. But the way that Birds of a Feather has kind of hit through, I think Birds of a Feather actually has usurped Lunch because I think it is offering so Lunch is offering something that is being offered elsewhere, I think, which is a kind of like a dancey sort of song. Whereas Birds of a Feather, I would put more in the kind of hosier, too sweet. It's like it's not filling the dance floor. It is on your little stereo while you're at the beach, kind of sitting around with your friends. It's a song that sounds like it is written for memories to be made to. And I think that it has that sense of like longing and nostalgia in it. It uses phrases like birds of a feather that like no matter what generation you are, you understand what that means. So it's kind of hitting a kind of a cross-generational subset. It doesn't actually sound a lot like a Billie Eilish song. And Billie Eilish can be maybe not as accessible for people of like older generations. And it sounds like a classic. So I would say that Birds of a Feather has probably more of a right to be considered a song of the summer than Lunch. I think there's better versions of Lunch happening this summer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a song in the summer, not a song of the summer.
Yeah. Whereas I think Birds of a Feather, there's just something about it that is, it just makes you think of like a beach, and not a beach party, but like a sort of it's sort of wistful, and it's sort of, you know, those summer nights, like it has a kind of a nostalgic, it's again, the kind of song that if you hear it in the winter will make you think of summer. You couldn't listen to this at Christmas time and not think of it the summer, do you know?
Sure.
So I think that that's a really important distinction. Whereas I think you could listen to Lunch any time of the year.
For sure. For sure. Okay, we're down to maybe the last three contenders, and it's time to go to a song from Cork from a load of kids called Cabin Crew, the Listowel Varna crew as well. If you know the story of this, you've seen this, a song which was written for Crúnú na Nóg, which is a day of youth creativity that happened last weekend. This was a song that was commissioned by the Irish government, basically Creative Ireland, and Cabin Crew, who have form in doing this as well, who have made viral hits before. But no one could have foreseen the fact that this song has taken off to this level. But the reason it is because it slaps really, really hard. It has
no
spark.
business.
No business.
Slapping this hard. Business.
This is The Spark with Cabin Crew. Let's have a listen. Beautiful. What a beautiful energy that is. That is Cabin Crew.
I genuinely get emotional.
I mean, me too. I'm like, Jesus, they're really good. They're like,
there's something about
even the ad-libs and stuff.
I doubt
like,
it.
Fire!
Yeah. It's so good because, like, look, the thing about, like, you know, stuff like this where you're getting kids to do something and, you know, especially something creative and in music, like, you do think like this is something that could follow these kids for the rest of their lives. Like you know, it's like, oh, you're the kid who was in that, blah, blah, blah. And if it wasn't good, this could have been something where they're like, oh God, I hope no one ever sees that video. But like when these kids grow up, the like cultural capital that they gain from being a part of this song is huge because it is something that like it is right. It is inherently Irish. Like, the accents are undeniably there and Irish and present and actually part of the musicality of the song, which I think is really important. And it's about loving who you are and, you know, working hard at your creativity and all of this stuff. It is good. It's about like loving yourself and supporting each other, but it's also banger. Like there's nothing about it that is like if you heard this song like every day on the radio, it wouldn't grate on you. It's not like a kind of a novelty song in the same way that Tones and I is a novelty song. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the novelty of it is different. The novelty of it is that these kids wrote a banger, and that's the novelty. It's not these kids wrote a song. It's these kids wrote a good song.
Yeah.
That's such an important distinction. And you wouldn't get sick of this, I don't think. Anybody who works in a shop, maybe tell me. But like, I think it's great. I get really emotional thinking about it.
It's so good.
I doubt it.
It's so good.
It's so good.
But I thought this was going to be like, a viral moment. But no, like the New York Times have written a piece saying this is the song of the summer. And I'm like, what's going on? Anthony Fantano did a video about how this is one of the hardest like songs of the year and how these kids are just showing up entire continents around the world. They're just like, America has no energy to match this. Like, I mean, there's a special Cork energy going on there in the voice as well, and that is a big part of it. And the production as well. Shout out to Gary, GMC Beats, who is Gary McCarthy, and he has been a part of that cabin crew initiative, working with kids. You know, we have great initiatives in this country through Music Generation and stuff, and the Irish Youth Music Awards and things like that. We have really good, well-supported young youth music stuff happening in this country. This is one of the expressions of it. This is where it comes from.
Yeah,
like
this is an output.
Yeah. 4 years ago, Cabin Crew had a song called Yeah Boy, which was a few Cork lads rapping. This is what that sounded like. So yeah, that was more like of a laid back hip hop thing, but this works really well because it takes that drum and bass track. So this is a drum and bass song that they found on Papa Pedro is produced the drum beat. It's from one of those like beat stores. So it is fully formed. It says drum and bass type beat, Titan, chasing status style. So they found that track and they started rhyming over it, and they brought all the kids together. Now, one of the things that really is important to mention here, that some of these kids are in direct provision as well. The Listu and Varna crew, they were brought together with the cabin crew themselves. So it's kind of a collaboration as well. So a lot of these people, these kids are in direct provision as well. So, you know, I mean, that is something we kind of haven't really addressed in the last few years with what's going on. But there was a lot of talk during the pandemic of shutting those down, but they're still there. And I think it's just really important to show that like that's visibility. And I haven't seen that mentioned in many places yet, but it's just such a good track. And, you know, I see they're playing at a few different festivals and stuff like that. And like, it's so
And
good.
they must, like, when they're in school, you know, I wonder, like, are they like celebs? Do you know, are people like, oh, that's one of the kids from the track, like, oh, we heard your song, it was really good.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, and like even their teachers and like everyone around them just must be so proud of them and just must be like, this is madness, you know.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's
making
really,
bangers
really
at a
lovely.
young age, my pen setting fire to the page. I will show you how to rock that
Absolutely.
stage. Listen to this in the car, you'll be getting road rage.
What a line. What a bar. Drake could never.
Drake. So yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the song of the summer in my heart this year, I think.
Yeah.
It's such a banger. But it's hard to ignore our next one, which is, we did a whole episode on her last week. Her name is Charlie XCX, and this is 360. All right, Andrea.
Yeah, look,
what do you think?
I think there's so much to say about Charlie and this summer. So what I guess everybody else on this list has kind of lacked is, I suppose, a cohesive aesthetic that will define the summer. And that is exactly what Charlie XCX has done with Brat. Like, the phrase Brat Girl Summer or Brat Summer is ubiquitous. Like, and I think that's part of, you know, the design of the album cover, the rollout, you know, the bright green, the text all in lowercase. Like, anything can be a brat girl summer. Like, anything can be a brat summer. If you see, like, I mean, I saw somebody taking a photo of like a green car. I think it was in the UK, and it was like a green car that was maybe something to do with some kind of like food delivery app. It was just like, this is a brat girl summer, and it's that thing of it being like
owning a color,
the brand recognition being so strong, like it, and that's just the color. You know, I saw a TikTok video of a teeny tiny lime green caterpillar just like crawling along a leaf. And the caption on it was like, she's so brat. And you understand immediately what that means. Like, so I think that kind of ubiquity, the brand recognition, all of that stuff is something that I think Charlie's worked really hard on, and it has paid off so strongly. Like this is the album of the summer. Absolutely no doubt. Like nothing else is coming for this album. And I think 360, it was released during that kind of window. I want to say like it was kind of early in the year, but the music video.
It was a bit later, actually.
Was it kind of April, May?
I think it was May. I think it was like just May.
Was it May?
Yeah. Let me have a look now. 60.
So the music video was a really big part of it. But what I would like to offer, which is the most recent, this is a song that is on the album. It is a remix of sorts of 360 called 365. It's the last song on the album proper. I would like to offer this as my personal song of the summer, because since the album came out, and we actually, I don't know why, but we didn't actually talk about this song on our episode last week about Charlie. I have not stopped listening to this song, and I put up a post on Blue Sky the other day saying, if I listen to it one more time, I'm like in serious danger of going to a nightclub. So I can't get enough of 365. It's my personal, in my heart song of the summer. Here it is.
My back look hot when I'm no, I really don't stop when I'm gonna jump when it drops when I'm down 999. It's a good time. Who the fuck are you? I'm a brat when I'm bumping that. No, I wanna hit my track. Are you bumping that? Till the windows crack, I'll be bumping that. No, I'll never go home, don't sleep, don't eat, just do it on repeat. Keep. When I'm in the club, yeah, I'm 365 party girl. Should we do a little pee? Should we have a little line when I'm getting real wild? When I'm meet me in the bathroom if you're 365 party girl. French manicure, purple with a residue. I look hot when I'm no, I really don't stop when I'm gonna jump when it drops when I'm down 999. It's a good time. Who the fuck are you? I'm a brat when I'm bumping that. No, I wanna hear my track. Are you bumping that? Till the windows crack, I'll be bumping that. No, I'll never go home, don't sleep, don't eat, just do it on repeat. Keep. When I'm in the club, yeah, I'm 365 party girl. Should we do a little key? Should we have a little line when it go real wild? When I'm meet me in the bathroom if you're 365 party girl. French manicure, wipe away the residue.
So yeah, it's got a different vibe really going on there. At first it was
me on my way into work to write a thesis chapter, just being like, should we do a little key? Should we do a little line? Like, it's just, I'm just dangerously close to going out. It's disgraceful. It is such a banger. It's a banger. I just haven't had a song like of this sort of genre, this kind of like dancey electronic, that's just hit through in my brain as strongly as this has, and it keeps getting harder. Like at the beginning of the song, you're just kind of like, oh yeah, it's like it's a little
kind
bit of a remix of 360,
like it's the
but
end,
no.
it's a closing credits. That's what it is. Starts as the closing credits.
Oh yeah.
And then it goes somewhere else.
And it loops back around because 360 is the first song on the album, and it does actually kind of loop back around very nicely. But this is my personal song of the summer. I'm addicted to it. Like I cannot get enough of this song because it gets harder and harder. It's kind of a song in 3 parts, but that middle part is so delicious because you don't expect that kind of like that drop to come in, and then another one comes later, and it's just, I don't know. I think that's what a song of the summer is. It's kind of an indescribable sense of like joy and anticipation, and like, oh, I kind of want to like be bratty, I want to be a brat, but I'm also happy sitting here at my computer and working on my literature review.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. So, you had a very compelling argument there that 360 and 365 are actually the song of the summer.
But what's that coming over the hill?
Yeah, what is that coming over the hill? Let's have a listen to what possibly might slightly usurp it.
Every night, oh, is it that sweet I get so? Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me, espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me, espresso. I can't relate.
So, Espresso
Sabrina.
by Sabrina Carpenter. You described her as, what was you saying? She's the straightest pop star we have.
Not my words. The words of a couple of queer podcasters. No idea who they are. They just came up on my TikTok. But yeah, they were celebrating the fact that like, where are all the straight women? Where are all the straight women making straight woman music? And here she is. Here's Sabrina Carpenter doing it for the straight girls. I mean, look, we can pretend that any of these other songs have a sort of a chance, but I don't think they do. I think the song of the summer is and always will be for 2024 Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Whether you like it or not, whether she's your fave or not, whether, I think it has absolutely everything that it needs to be a song of the summer. It was written in a song of the summer factory. It's slightly nonsensical. That's that me espresso.
Yeah.
Like that's a silly way to say that phrase, but there's something really earwormy about it. A dream came true for you. It's got food and drink involved in it. It's got espressos. She's got a kind of like a sleepy sort of vocals. She's kind of like, sliding up and down her register. It's kind of very chill. It's kind of very vibey. There's not quite a dance move to it, but she does have an associated set of moves that she does when she's singing this. So while people won't do like the full dance move, they will do the little hand thing when she says the espresso bit. You kind of like raise up a little espresso cup and it's like, ooh. And it's whimsical. That's what it is. And I think that maybe all of the other songs here, so Man in Finance is funny. The spark is, it's like, it's fun, but whimsy is kind of missing. Yeah. And I think Sabrina Carpenter is bringing whimsy with Espresso.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, all of the other contenders just don't have that extra layer, I think.
There's just a little something sprinkled on it that just makes
just a little sprinkle of
summer
chocolate in your
cappuccino. I don't drink espressos.
Espresso's just straight, so I can't. That doesn't work.
I'm sure you could sprinkle chocolate in it.
You can. Then it's not.
And she is straight.
I was waiting for you to say it. Yeah. I mean, it was released on April 12th, which is literally the ideal time for a song of summer to land. Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Oh, this is made in a lab. Like but it doesn't feel like it was. It feels like it's, I don't know. There's something about Espresso. I think, right, if Espresso hadn't been released, we wouldn't even be talking about contenders of songs of the summer. It would be kind of like last year, kind of like the year before, where there's a few. But as soon as Espresso was released, people were talking about it as a song of the summer. And I think that that's really important. You have to kind of plant your flag early, and you have to get people whipping around you and being like, this song is going to be huge. And then people will, if you tell people what song is going to be huge, they're going to make sure they know it, and they're going to make sure that they're involved and that they were there on the ground floor with Espresso. And they were. And I think that, her new song that has wee Barry Keoghan in the music video is also really, really good. It's an excellent follow-up. It's called Please Please. It's an excellent follow-up to Espresso. But this song has not kind of had it's not fulfilled its destiny yet. And its destiny is to bring us through until the end of the summer.
Okay. That is Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah. And it's got that new disco vibe as well, which is kind of, can be sometimes a shorthand into that kind of rally. I think of him like Say So by Doja Cat from a few years ago. There's some Get Lucky, Daft Punk,
yes,
and all. That kind of disco vibe can work really well for a song of summer.
Yeah,
it doesn't always work, but yeah, when it hits, it hits. Like it hits like a shot of espresso. So yeah, that's probably the song of summer. But it's been a lot of fun looking at the contenders, because I think there's a lot of great songs there.
Has been
some funny ones and some less maybe conventional ones as well, but also fun to do. And
yeah, and it is nice to see culture, kind of like straight down the line pop songs being released. And I mean, when we look at it, it is very, very reflective of the pop music landscape right now, meaning that the only real true contenders for Song of the Summer are women. And it is so reflective of what's happening right now in pop music, which is that the men aren't making bangers. They're not, and like, where are they? You know, we had As It Was by Harry Styles, but like, where's the next Harry Styles? Come on, lads.
The only other
Where are
ones
the
that
pop
might
boys?
fit in there are like the Teddy Swims, that kind of stuff. I saw Miles Smith Stargazing mentioned, Zach Bryan. Just not very good, interesting songs though. More like on.
I just feel like if Troye
bland
Sivan
side.
had released Rush for like this summer, I feel like that could have been a really big contender. But like, yeah, the competition is between the girls. And also notable, two of the girls that are not in this competition are two of the biggest pop artists in the world. Number one, three actually. Beyonce doesn't have a horse in this race. Look at that horse, look at that horse. Olivia Rodrigo doesn't have a horse in this race, and Taylor Swift doesn't have a horse in this race. And that is very interesting to me.
Song of the Summer. It's not for everybody. It's not for your everyday pop star, everyday megastar.
It's not for the tortured poets.
Yeah. Okay, that's been fun. That was fun. If you like what we do on the podcast, patreon.com/909, you can come and give us the price of 3/4 of a pint, as we discussed last week. Not a full pint, because now, with everything that's going on, it costs $8.50 for a pint in some places. But yeah, incredible. But from a $5 a month, you can come and support us, and in return, we give you playlists and access to Discord and discounts, and when I can get around to it, recordings and stuff from Lumo Nights and themed mixes. I have a Mowax one I'm going to share this week, actually, because I was listening to a lot of Mowax stuff. So bits and pieces, but really you're helping support us, but you're also going to be part of a community. There's a Discord community there. We're doing a UEFA Fantasy League at the moment. Very confusing a system, that is. But it's fun. I'm enjoying the Euros. All I'm doing is keeping an eye on the Euros when I'm not working.
I'm enjoying the Euros too.
Very much.
I have England in my sweepstakes though, which is deeply disappointing.
I mean, we'll see about today.
I know.
How they get on.
I know.
You'll know, listener. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the madness of it. It's basically OGs and shots outside the box so far. And I love seeing teams like Albania and Romania and Switzerland to a lesser extent, but like those kind of underdogs do really well so far.
And I would just like to say before we leave that for no reason at all, I hope that Britney Spears and Janet Jackson are both having really nice days. I'll leave that there.
Okay, I don't know.
I'll tell you after.
Okay. All right. Thanks. You've been listening to the 909 podcast. Tell your friends, and thank you, Andrea. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Niall.
Bye.
Bye.